The recent pandemic has been a challenge for a lot of corporate companies. While most companies make loss, a group of companies benefited greatly from the situation, which is the glove sector. Due to the pandemic, single-use disposable protection gear demand increased tremendously. While most companies in Bursa is not growing, the glove stock was the hottest stock in town. The great interest from investors sent the valuation of glove stock to unprecedented level, some with a trailing price to earnings ratio that exceeds 100. The fanatic buying interest sent glove stock into the pinnacle. Historically, the largest capital companies in Malaysia were mostly GLIC or companies with big capital investments such as telecommunication and banks. However, the biggest company amongst glove producers, Top Glove, has overtaken a lot of the big cap company recently, beating Tenaga and Public Bank with a valuation of close to 70 billion ringgit, 9 billion away from becoming the biggest company in Malaysia. Malaysia is the biggest glove maker in the world, and the pandemic was seen helpful to the global demand of glove product. According to MITI, the glove export grew by 50.1% from January to July period, while the global demand of a glove was estimated to be at 330 billion units in 2020. Malaysia provides 220 billion units, which is around 67% of the global demand. Strong glove demand is directly reflected in the profitability of glove stock. In the third quarter of Top Glove financial year report, the revenue of the companies grew to RM 1.69 billion, while profit increased to RM 347.9 million. According to Top Glove, the company is working at 100% of its capacity now. Although the profitability of Top Glove increased, some strong support for its share price were coming from expectation and market signaling. Despite the fact that the companies already enjoy strong buying interest from the market, Top Glove itself was actively buying back their own share. In September, Top Glove is actively buying their own share. Since the start of the month, the group has acquired a total of 44.59 million shares for 328.51 million ringgit on 5 trading days. If we refer to its share price trend at that point of time, the share price dipped to 6 ringgit 45 cents from 9 ringgit per share. Normally, when a company embarks on a share buyback, it is a signal to the market that the stock is undervalued. The share buyback scheme of Top Glove had given a boost to glove share, but the future is uncertain. The glove share price had retreated slight in the beginning of September. If it's not from the share buyback of Top Glove, the company's share price would have dropped more than 30% from its high of 9 ringgit and 47 cent to 6 ringgit and 45 cent. Despite moving at an upward trend recently, all glove stock prices were quite easily shaken by some news development around the pandemic. In July, the news on the possibility of COVID-19 vaccine development wiped out 10.5 billion market cap in a day for glove stock alone. In fact, the strong decline in the beginning of September was due to the positive development around vaccine for COVID-19. Other than that, there are some fundamental concerns of the share market also. Bursa data indicates that most recent buying interests for share come from local retail buyer alone. In fact, for the month of July and August, it was the local retail investors that are supporting the whole market. In August, foreign and local institutions have been the top net seller on Bursa. As a comparison to institution, retailers are more prone to market volatility and have lesser holding power. When it comes to market participation, around 47% of transaction volume was done by retail investor. By end of 2018, the retail investor participation rate was only at 22%. The shareholder structure of glove companies have always been scattered. It was only for the 4 biggest glove stocks that attract the interest of the GLIC and institutional investor. As we can see, EPF and KWAP is the majority shareholder of the big 4 of glove companies. In fact, EPF has been accumulating Top Glove share recently. On September 18, EPF re-emerged as a substantial shareholder of Top Glove with a 5.05% stake after acquiring 13.7 million shares. EPF keeps buying more of its shares despite the historical high price of Top Glove. Other than Top Glove, EPF at the same time has been accumulating the share of Kosan. Although the COVID-19 pandemic had caused a lot of pain to most corporations, it had also created an opportunity for some companies too. There have been some analysts in the market voicing out their concern over the unrealistic valuation of glove stock. The pandemic has certainly increased the demand of protection gears around the world, but the sustainability of this extraordinary high demand is another question. The financial world is ever-changing, and no investment strategy is bulletproof. But there is some wise words from Warren Buffett that is proven timeless. He said, "Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's been swimming naked."